All right, boys. Happy Monday. It's about 9 a.m. and Monday morning. So, what are we doing right now? We're starting our day off with some boxing. So, we're going to go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and grab a workout with Coach. Try to work on some mitts, some bag work. And then afterwards, I'll probably lift some there too. Not like anything crazy, but just to get it in today. So, should be a solid workout. I wish I could, put the camera attached to me, but it's pretty hard sometimes to get all the right angles because I don't have a cameraman or anything like that, and we're obviously focused on boxing, not recording. So, it's been a little hard to record that, but I'll do my best today. I'll do my best. And as you can see back there, we got like a bunch of boxes. So obviously we got that new apartment. So what we're doing over the last couple of days is moving all the small things over, like clothing, plates, bowls, utensils, things like that. So I've been stuck basically moving these last few days. We're almost done. We have no furniture moved over yet, so that's something. But we're almost done with all the other stuff, and once we're done with all the other stuff, that's when I'll hire movers, or I'll just start to move over the other stuff in a U-Haul truck myself. So I'm super pumped, but I do want to refurnish it. Like, so right now I have like mainly a white vibe going on in my apartment, but I want to have like the gentleman's vibe, like the speakeasy kind of vibe where it's like leather, browns and reds, or like deep reds, not just like bright red, but like, yeah. So like that's what I want to do over these next couple of months. Doesn't have to be done right away, but I think I might go pick up a mirror today. It's like $100. Found it on Facebook Marketplace, and it's dope as fuck. And it goes right on this like big cement wall that I have, so it's gonna look sick. It's like right as you walk in, so I'm pretty excited for that. That could be something that we do today. But yeah, starting it off with boxing, we're gonna move, and then we're gonna have some friends over. So we're gonna have some friends over to the new place. Because my terrace opens up to like the pool area and everything, we're gonna have some people over and just grill up. Angel's gonna cook up some arepas, which is like a Colombian thing. She's gonna also make a couple other things that are Colombian dishes, so pretty pumped for that, And then of course we got work today, so pretty packed and eventful day, and I'm pumped to get it all started with what I would say is going to be the hardest part of the day, which is boxing. So let's take care of it first, and then dig into these other things, boys. Talk to you guys after. All right, so it's been a very long day. It's about 6 p.m. right now. Earlier, I had some people over. We grilled and had some steak and eggs and whatnot, just like hung out at the new place. And it was actually a really good time. So I had my friend Kai, my friend Dan, my friend Fritz, who owns Rippy Club, and then his, my friend Ant and his co-founder of Rippy Club. So it was a really good group of guys. We just got together, talked about business, and our friend Jin was there too. So it was a good time. But then, of course, I had to continue to move stuff over. So pretty much this whole week is going to be spent moving and trying to stay as dialed as possible while we're moving, which is difficult to do because, it's very time consuming to drive back and forth and move and everything like that. I do plan on hiring movers and stuff pretty soon for like the big furniture, but yeah, it's been rough. But anyway, we're here right now at the old apartment and getting in some work on the balcony right now. And in terms of revenue today, we've done about $3,000 in revenue with $959 being profit. So really good day today in terms of like profit margin. So happy with that. But yeah, let me go ahead and check shop, just give you guys an update on that as well. So last 7 days, we've done 1.2K now, which is about $150 more than what we did yesterday. So, we're progressing, which is always very important in business. So I just hopped off a call with Hunter, and we were talking about what we're going to do this month. So these next 2 weeks, we're going to be pushing major volume. Like, we're going to try to push like 300K in revenue over these next 2 weeks, which is a pretty big risk in and of itself, right? Because we have relatively low merchant account cap. We have like 300K a month in cap, and we're going to try to push that in 2 weeks because on February 16th is when we hear back from our original merchant account regarding the merchant account increase, right? So on February 16th, it's possible that we get an increase to 500, 600, 700K a month, whatever it might be. And with that said, the reason we're pushing this volume right now is because over these next couple of weeks, what we want to do is send enough volume to where when they review our account on the 16th, our chargeback ratio is super low. And the chargeback ratio is for every one chargeback, out of 100 transactions, you have a 1% rate, right? So what we want to do is push enough volume so that way our rates are kind of off balance, right? So it looks like we're performing much better, when in reality we just pushed a lot more transactions a lot quicker. So that's kind of our approach to this. And it's a risk that we're taking, right? Because if we cap out this month, we also have a couple more applications we submitted today to new banks for more merchant accounts. And the risk really is that, let's just say in 2 weeks we don't get an increase and we don't get approved for our new merchant accounts yet. Well, then we're kind of stuck. We don't really have any room to do anything at all. So that's a big risk that we're taking, but it's a risk that I think has to be taken. And that's kind of what business is about at the end of the day, is you have to take sometimes calculated risks. We're pretty confident in the fact that we will be approved from these other merchant accounts, which is why it's a calculated risk. It's not just like we're going no brainer, just, oh yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and risk our whole month. But we really need to push volume this month, right? So ideally, if we push 300K, that's great. But if we get more cap, let's just say we can get to 700K this month, that would be ideal. If 700K, we hit that around 10% margins, I don't know, let's just say low end 10% margins, well, then we're profitable like 70K this month. We could pay our team, and then hopefully Hunter and I can pay ourselves. So, we haven't paid ourselves since November, and it's another reason that I got the new apartment, because I don't want to have a super high overhead in my life right now where I don't need it, right? Like, this apartment costs a lot more than my other one, even though I really like the other one a lot, but I just don't want to keep paying out of my bank account. So I'm trying to make smarter decisions this year, which is why I talked about in my last video, trying to learn from mistakes that I've made before, not be stupid, be smart with the money that I have, be smart with the money that I have incoming, and just be smarter overall. So that's kind of the approach that we're taking to this month. But it's very exciting. Hunter and I started to run ads for the gummies on Facebook. Yesterday we got a six ROAS, so return on our ad spend. We spent $100 and got 680 back. Actually, 2 of those transactions got refunded, so technically not, but the ads performed, which is great. And then literally 5 minutes ago, we just got another sale. So, we're working on pushing our own traffic internally to our funnel as well, just because we think that's a great option, right? Like, if we can push good traffic ourselves to the funnel, it's profitable, then at least we know we're controlling this traffic. We know who it's coming from. We know we're running the ads. So that's something that we're working on as well. And then if it scales and let's just say it sustains at a 5 row or 4 row, that's profitable for us. Then we're going to hire a media buyer internally as well that can go ahead and start to farm the Facebook accounts for us, start to warm them up, start to make sure that they don't go down, and manage all the ads, because like I've talked about always, you want to be able to do it yourself and then outsource it. So that's something that we've been working on, right? Is internal media buying. Okay, we're able to do it ourselves. We prove the concept, it's profitable, it's working. We're going to outsource it. That's something we're thinking about doing pretty soon here, because we're not very busy, in all honesty. So it's great that we're not busy in business. Meanwhile, I'm moving, because if it were a combination of the two, I don't know how I'd make it work. It's pretty hard. So that's the approach that we're taking, and it's very exciting. I'm actually really, really happy about the way that things have been going in terms of our own media buying goes. And this just kind of goes to show that over the years, we've been doing e-com for 6.5, almost 7 years now, right? So we've learned how to run our own ads. We've learned how to build advertorials, funnels, and all this stuff. So it's good that we have that experience behind us, because had we not, well, we wouldn't be able to run our own ads profitably, right? So yeah, that's kind of the way that things have been going. But in terms of everything else, I am very happy with the way that life has been going lately. Obviously, in a little bit of a pickle where we're not being able to pay ourselves or anything like that yet, but we're grinding, we're working it out, and that's just part of it. I'm documenting this whole thing, so you guys will see me now where I'm not paying myself any money, and then you'll see me in 2 years from now where we're paying ourselves great money, so you'll see. But it's just growth. It's progressive growth, and I understand that it has to happen gradually, and meanwhile that's happening, make smart decisions with my life. And that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's why I feel so good about the way that my life has been going right now. I feel confident about YouTube. I know we're gonna hit 1K this month. It's killing it. I feel better on camera, actually. When I watched my first video back actually the other day, and I was like, damn, that's wild. how far it's been. Even in just a month, the progress on camera has been crazy, right? And we're confident in the CBD. We're going to hit 500K in revenue overall pretty soon here. I think we might hit it tomorrow. The big affiliate is having issues with his Facebook account, so that's why we're not really doing too much volume today. But I'll just pull up the last 6 months. It's like a dash that just pulls everything up quickly. We've done 483,000 in revenue since we started, and we started November 17th with our first sale. So I'm very happy with the way things have been going, honestly. We're grinding, we're working it out. It's going great. Adjusting our refunds. We have no chargebacks this month. I am telling you guys now, February is going to be amazing. It's going to be probably that tides are turning event in our business, where we start to actually smack, we start to really do great numbers, we start to pay ourselves, we start to have really good momentum, and I can feel the momentum already, So I'm super stoked about it. It's all going amazing. And I was talking to my friend Fritz yesterday, actually, who I told you just 2 minutes ago was the co-founder of Rippy Club. So I've known Fritz since I was 14 years old. And I knew Fritz before he did e-com, and when I just got into e-com, and we were traveling together, and he was doing photography at the time, and I just started dropshipping, and it was crazy. And so we just sat down yesterday and we were talking, and we were just dude, it's crazy that, yes, the business is booming now. He's doing amazing with Rippy Club, right? Rippy Club's crushing it. His stores and brands are crushing it. Everything's crushing it, right? But I remember we talked yesterday, and it was just specifically this thing we said was it happened quick, but it was built over years. It was built over 6-7 years of being in the game, learning, understanding, failing, trying again and trying again. And that's what it took for him to get to where he is, right? And same for me, So it's been, for example, a short amount of time for CBD, and we haven't done any crazy volume yet, but in relativity to all other companies that start within their first year, we're doing outstanding, right? But it wasn't just this year that we started ecom. It wasn't just this year. It was 6 years in the making up until being able to do this, And that's given us the experience. It's equipped us with the tools and the team and the network to be able to run this at scale profitably, right? And give us the knowledge to how to run a business at this point. It's going to be a big business, right? So we have to have the knowledge on how to run a business like this. So nothing happens overnight, really, is something that I've been thinking about more lately than ever is that you have to really put the time in. You have to really put the effort into everything, and nothing happens overnight. And even if you fail for years, all of that experience is going to come into one perfect storm for you at some point, where you're going to be oh yeah, I remember when I had to do this for this business that failed, but you know how to do it because you did it successfully, whatever that task might have been. Maybe that wasn't the reason the business failed. Maybe the business failed for some other reason, right? So you've collected all these experiences over the years, and that's what you use to ultimately become successful at some point in your life. And that's the way I feel right now, because it's crazy. I understand that it's gonna work, and I've been just happy and hopeful and excited. It's new. It's a new feeling. It's a new feeling for sure. And I know I haven't really been documenting on YouTube for 6 years. I've been doing it for a month, maybe a month and a half. And all the experiences I had before that, I wasn't able to share with you guys. I wish I would. But now you'll see the next 6 years. So it's been amazing. And for those of you who are starting a business and you have some success right away, I'm very happy for you. But just take note of all those experiences that you're gathering while you're building that business, because at some point you're going to do another business and another one and another one, and you're going to fail, and you're going to fail. And you're going to take experiences and lessons away from that. Really, my coach says this all the time, is losses aren't losses. L also could mean lesson, right? And it's a fact. So, it's a fact, right? Every time I spar, even if I get my ass beat, I take something away from that. I know exactly what I did wrong. Do you understand? I did something wrong, and so now I can take this into the next session and do it right. It's a lesson. It's not a loss. And the same goes for business. The same goes for your life, relationships, friendships, everything. failures aren't necessarily losses. Though in the moment they might feel like they're losses. I've been there too, where I've been so low after failing a business that I thought would blow it out of the park, right? But it didn't. And I've been so low after that where I was just like, man, this sucks. Like, am I meant for this? And am I meant for this? But I am meant for this, and so I kept going. I kept going. And I know it's cliche, but the biggest difference between those of the entrepreneurs who are successful and the failures, basically, or people that don't really achieve anything with their lives, are the fact that one person kept going when things got hard, and the other person stopped and went to something that was easy. Something that's super easy is not going to pay you well. It's not. And if it does, because it's easy for you, that means that you spent so much time probably grinding it out to learn how to make that skill easy for you. The best media buyers in the world spent years learning how to do media buying, right? And now it might seem easy to them. Oh yeah, I know how to do this strategy. It's simple. I just click a few buttons, right? Yeah, to them it's easy, but to most people it's not. And the reason it's easy for those people is because they put years and years and years into grinding into those things, right? The reason it might make it sound easy that we started a CBD company is because we spent years and years and years in e-com and brand building and understood how to do these things. It's not easy. Nothing's easy, It's like somebody who can bench press a bunch of weight, right? Maybe it's hard for you because you just started. But for them, maybe 135, 225, it's super easy for them to get up because they've been doing it for so long, right? Same goes for business and your life. It's not going to be easy, but you need to keep grinding it out, even when it's hard, and eventually it will seem easy to you, when in reality, it's not. It's not an easy task, but for you, it's easy because you've been grinding it out. You stuck yourself through these hard situations, and after the hard situations are done with, and you got through those, and now the easy situations are just like a breeze, And for me, I've been through some hard situations this year, last year, and plenty of years. I've been through so many hard situations, but specifically this year, I've moved literally 4 times this year. I moved from Salt Lake to Naples, from Naples to Boca, from Boca to Fort Lauderdale, and from Fort Lauderdale to another place in Fort Lauderdale. And none of that's been easy, especially considering the fact that, I had to run businesses all the time while I was doing that. Last year, Reabilify had some issues, and that wasn't easy. So we had to endure a lot of these issues and problems through our lives that will make this phase of my life seem like it's an easy thing, when the reality is it's probably not. So that's the lesson for the day. But not easy. Nothing comes easy. So, all right, boys. I'm going to end the video here, but thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry that I haven't been uploading lately. I'm going to try to be very consistent with the way I upload this week. I'm going to try to do like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday. And tomorrow I'm going to link up with Fritz and we'll talk. I actually want to give you guys the backstory. Like when we talk, I want to talk about like how we came up together, like things we learned, and just like goals we had. I was talking to him yesterday about how when I was 15, 16, I was looking at places here on Zillow, and I was like, oh my God, what would it be like to live in Florida in a nice apartment with the beach near you? And here I am. Now I'm experiencing it, right? Manifestation is a legitimate thing. You just have to set your goals, and you can't just speak into the mirror and speak things into existence. You have to act them into existence as well. So that's something that's very cool. But I can't wait to talk to you guys tomorrow on the video with Fritz, and I'll obviously update with CBD. We should hit 500K tomorrow, massive milestone. And yeah, so tonight's work, I'm building out our Discord because we don't have too much else to do. So I'm going to build out that Discord for our affiliates, and I'm pumped, boys. So thank you guys as always for watching. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.